Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Shalom. Yes, continuing right along the with the Testament of Moshe, chapter 8. And there shall come upon them a second visitation and wrath, such as has not befallen them from the beginning until that time, in which he will stir up against them the king of the kings of the earth, and one that rules with great power, who shall crucify those who confess to their circumcision, and those who conceal it he shall torture and deliver them up to the bound and led into prison. And their wives shall be given to the gods among the Gentiles, and their young sons shall be operated on by the physicians in order to bring forward their foreskin. So they're going to be uncircumcised.
No, yeah.
And see, and it's talking about a spiritual circumcision. You would totally tell. I mean, all right. And others among them shall be punished by tortures and fire and sword. Well, this is kind of what happened in the Maccabees, right?
I would say so.
All right. And they shall be forced to bear in public their idols, polluted as they are, like those who keep them. And they shall likewise be forced by those who torture them to enter their inmost sanctuary, and they shall be forced by goads to blaspheme with insolence the word. Finally, after these things, the laws and what they had above their altar.
Chapter 9. Then in that day there shall be a man of the tribe of Levi, whose name shall be Taxo, who, having 7 sons, shall speak to them, exhorting them, Observe, my sons, behold, a second ruthless and unclean visitation has come upon the people, and a punishment merciless and far exceeding the first. For what nation or what region or what people of those who are impious towards Yahuwah, who have done many abominations, have suffered as great calamities as have befallen us? Now therefore, my sons, hear me, for observe and know that neither did the fathers nor their forefathers tempt Elohim so as to transgress his command. And you know that this is our strength, and this we will do. Let us fast for the space of 3 days, and on the 4th let us go into a cave which is in the field, and let us die rather than transgress the command of Yahuwah Adonai of the Adonais.
What is that?
Transgress the commands of the Lord of Lords.
Mario.
The Elohim of our fathers. For if we do this and die, our blood shall be avenged before Yahuwah.
Whoa. And that's also in the book of Maccabees. I read it. So, and then the Maccabees say, hold up, we're all going to get wiped out if we don't fight. And then fight on Shabbat or whatever.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I guess they had to fight. And they just took on all these uncircumcised. Alright, so chapter 10. And then his kingdom shall appear throughout all his creation, And then Satan shall be no more, and sorrow shall depart with him. Then the hands of the angels shall be filled, who has been appointed chief, and he shall forthwith avenge them of their enemies. For the heavenly one will arise from his royal throne. You see what I'm saying? And he will go forth with from his holy habitation with indignation and wrath on account of his sons, and the earth shall tremble. It to its confines shall be shaken.
Shall it be shaken?
To its confines shall it be shaken, and the high mountains shall be made low, and the hills shall be shaken and fall, and the horns of the sun shall be broken, and he shall be turned into darkness, and the moon shall not give her light, and be turned wholly into blood, and the circle of the stars shall be disturbed, and the sea shall retire into the abyss, and the fountains of waters shall fail, and the rivers shall dry up, for the Most High will arise, the eternal Elohim alone, and he will appear to punish the Gentiles, and he will destroy all their idols. Then you, O Israel, shall be happy, and you shall mount upon the neck and wings of the eagle, and they shall be ended. And Elohim will exalt you, and he will cause you to approach to the heaven of the stars, in the place of their habitation, and you will look from on high and see your enemies in Gehenna, and you shall recognize them and rejoice, and you shall give thanks and confess thy Creator. And do you, Yahushua, the son of Nun, keep these words in this book, for from my death, assumption, until his advent, there shall be 250 times, year, weeks, 1,750 years. And this is the course of the time which they shall pursue till they are consummated. And I shall go to sleep with my fathers. Wherefore, Yahushua, you, son of Nun, be strong, and be of good courage, for Elohim has chosen you to be ministered to the same covenant. Whoa, to the same covenant.
Chapter 11. And when Joshua had heard the words of Moses that were written in his writing, all that he had before said, he rent his clothes and cast himself at Moses' feet, and Moses comforted him and wept with him. Yahushua answered him and said, why do you comfort me, my master Moses? And how shall I be comforted in regard to the bitter word which you have spoken, which has gone forth from thy mouth, which is full of tears and lamentation, in that you depart from this people? But now, what place shall receive you, or what shall be the sign that marks your sepulchre? Or who shall dare to move your body from there as that of a mere man from place to place? For all men, when they die, have according to their age their sepulchres on earth. But your sepulchre is from the rising to the setting sun, and from the south to the confines of the north. All the world is your sepulchre, my master. You are departing, and who shall feed this people? Or who is there that shall have compassion on them, and who shall be their guide by the way? Or who shall pray for them, now omitting a single day, in order that I may lead them into the land of their forefathers? How therefore am I to foster this people as a father his only son, or as a mistress her daughter, a virgin who is being prepared to be given to the husband whom she will revere, while she guards her person from the sun and takes care that her feet are not shod for running upon the ground? And how shall I supply them with food and drink according to the pleasure of their will? For of them there shall be 600,000 men, for these have multiplied to the degree through your prayer, my master Moses. And what wisdom or understanding have I, that I shall judge or answer by word in the house of Yahuwah? And the kings of the Amorites shall also, when they hear that we are attacking them, believe that there is no longer among them the Ruach HaKodesh, who was worthy of Yahuwah.
So he said, how am I supposed to father these people? Yahushua is saying, son of man, he's going to be the father. I like that.
The son's the father? Interesting. They're one.
Hallelujah.
Where am I? Manifold and incomprehensible, Yahuwah, the word. No, let me read that again. Alright. Amorites also, when they hear that we are attacking them, believing that there is no longer among them the Ruach HaKodesh, who was worthy of Yahuwah, manifold and incomprehensible, the master of the word, who was faithful in all things, Elohim's chief prophet throughout the earth, the most perfect teacher in the world, that he is no longer among them, shall say, let us go against them. If the enemy have been once wrought impiously against their Yahuwah, they have no advocate to offer prayer on their behalf to Yahuwah, like Moses, the great messenger, who every hour, day and night, had his knees fixed to the earth, praying and looking for help to him that rules all the world with compassion and righteousness, reminding him of the covenant of their fathers and propitiating Yahuwah with the oath. For they shall say, he is not with them. Let us go therefore and destroy from off the face of the earth. What shall then become of this people, my master Moses? So, you get it?
No, yeah. Yeah. So they're saying, since if Moses died, Joshua is saying, like, they're going to come against us.
Yeah.
But then Yahushua is going to make them super strong and destroy them off the face of the earth. That's right. Alright, chapter 12.
The last one, right?
Yeah. And when Joshua had finished these, Yehoshua had finished these words, he cast himself again to the feet of Moshe. And Moshe took his hand and raised him into the seat before him, and answered and said unto him, Joshua, Yehoshua, do not despise yourself, but set your mind at ease, and hear my words. All the nations which are in the earth Elohim has created, and us. He has foreseen them and us from the beginning of the creation of the earth unto the end of the age. And nothing has been neglected by him, even to the least thing. But all things he hath foreseen and caused all to come forth. Yes, all things which are to be in this earth Yahuwah has foreseen. And look, they are brought forward into the light. Yahuwah, for on their behalf appointed me to pray for their sins and make intercession for them, for not for any virtue or strength of mine, but of his good pleasure have his compassion and long suffering fallen to my lot. For I say unto you, Joshua, it is not an account of the godliness of this people that you shall root out the nations. The light of heaven, the foundation of the earth have been made and approved by Elohim, and are under the signet ring of his right hand. Those therefore who do and fulfill the command of Elohim shall increase and be prosperous. But those who sin and set at naught the commandments shall be without the blessings before mentioned, and they shall be punished with many torments by the nations. But wholly to root out and destroy them is not permitted. For Elohim will go forth, who has foreseen all things forever, and his covenant has been established, and by the oath which.
What do you think of this thing? Which Yahuwah has sworn.
Man! This is amazing. Well, brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed the wonderful ride, the wonderful words of the Testament of Moshe.
Yep.
Much love. Rejoice today, for Yahuwah has seen all things, and he established Israel to inherit his good pleasure. Shalom.
Shalom.